So, the Joker, Jack Hermansson. He can beat Izzy, but he first needs to get through Marvin Vettori, the Italian. And that's not gonna be easy. He's going to face him this weekend at the main event of UFC Vegas 16. So, who is Marvin Vettori? Most people are already familiar with Hermansson, but not many people know Marvin. And that's actually a funny name as well. But he's an amazing grappler, even though he tends to utilize his striking much more than his wrestling and his jiu-jitsu. He's known for his striking, but he has a ton of wins by submission. And all kinds of submissions, to be fair. He has 3 by guillotine, 4 by rear naked choke, 1 by triangle, and 1 by toe hold. You heard me right. He has a submission win by toe hold, and in addition to a bunch of other different kinds of submissions. Fun fact, he has also never been submitted or TKO'd in his career. He only has losses by decision, and even some of those are controversial. You know, he has a loss against Izzy, and many people, including Vettori himself, think that he actually won that fight. Now, I rewatched that fight yesterday, and there's no way he won that fight. It was close. It was one of the closer fights Izzy has ever had, and if it was scored as a draw, I wouldn't be upset, because it certainly was close. He decisively won the last round, but the first 2 rounds, I mean, there's no way you can score for Vettori. Just even though his output was bigger, he was throwing more punches. Clearly, Izzy landed more important strikes and did much more damage. But from that fight, we realized that Vettori has a hell of a chin, and he can definitely take a punch, which will be, crucial in this fight. So this is who Vettori is, and most of you probably are familiar with Hermansson, aka the Joker. He is a submission artist, but he has a ton of wins by TKO. So you can already see the dynamic that Marvin is a great striker, has a ton of wins by submissions, while Hermansson is a great, jiu-jitsu expert, but he has a ton of wins by TKO. So that is kind of interesting. And the biggest reason why I was shocked when I realized that Marvin Vettori is the favorite coming into this fight, a slight favorite, but a favorite nonetheless, is because of the previous performance that Hermansson had against Kelvin Gastelum. Recency bias is a real thing, but I'm surprised that more people aren't picking Hermansson for this fight. As I said, his performance against Kelvin from start to finish was amazing. The heel hook that he applied, it was just perfectly done. I don't think he took one clean shot in that fight. And, Marvin's previous performances looked pretty good as well. And I do think that he's really underranked, so to say. I think he's in top 15, perhaps the number 13 or something, and I think he should be ranked higher. Especially, knowing that he had such a good performance against the current champ. So, yeah, I do think the matchup really makes a ton of sense. They are really they have similar skill sets, and either guy can win, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
So, now a bit more about this fight, how it got made. Neither Jack nor Marvin are fighting who they were supposed to fight. Jack Hermansson was supposed to fight Darren Till. Then turns out Darren Till gets injured. Then he's supposed to fight Kevin Holland, who just had an amazing performance. Maybe that's why that fight was made. And Kevin Holland tests positive for COVID. So, Jack Hermansson is left with no dance partner. And Marvin was supposed to fight Jacare Souza, I think in the co-main event actually, of this event, but that was scrapped because Hermansson, as I said, was left with no dance partner, and this is how this fight was made. By the way, Kevin Holland is going to actually face Jacare next, and so it's cool that those two are gonna get a chance to fight each other. Now, when looking from the fighters that Hermansson was supposed to face, Darren Till and Kevin Holland, those are two awesome strikers. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was training to face a great striker. Now, if we take a look at who Marvin was supposed to fight, he was supposed to fight Jacare, who's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and a Brazilian. So you can already see the dynamics, and so because of this, I can see why some people would favor Vettori, and yeah, it makes sense because he was expecting a grappler, and Hermansson, I'm pretty sure, is gonna utilize a ton of grappling himself. So that's a point for Vettori being the winner. And looking from the previous performance, again, Hermansson did look extremely dominant and amazing against Gastelum. So that's sort of a point for Hermansson, for the Joker. But I do think, even though I don't necessarily agree with the odds, Vettori being the favorite, I kind of see why that is. I decided to make this video explaining why Hermansson is the superior fighter, why he's so awesome, but now even I'm, I think, picking Vettori for this fight. So the official prediction, I am picking Vettori by, let's say, triangle choke. I don't see this going to a decision, just because both of them are way too scrappy of fighters, and yeah, I think they're just gonna find a way to win. They have 5 rounds to do so, so expect some kind of cool submission by one of the guys. But I am picking Vettori in the end. So also the winner against Robert Whittaker makes a ton of sense, doesn't it? What do you guys think? Just Robert Whittaker currently doesn't have an opponent. Israel Adesanya is going up to light heavyweight. So, Robert Whittaker against one of these guys makes a ton of sense. He is ranked higher than both of them. So, that'd be cool, right? Who do you think is going to win? And whether the winner against Whittaker is the fight to make. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Leave them down in the comment section down below. And that'll be it for today. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.